What's up, guys? This is the Comeback Kid. This is a quick little video that I'm trying to debate whether I'm going to make this a regular series or not. There's a new Google app for the iOS devices, I guess, in which you can directly upload your videos quicker, which is more convenient for me. So I might be doing this regularly, probably every week, maybe. Just make it a quick little vlog, weekly vlog kind of a thing, in which I just talk about random things that come to my head. And so to start it off this week, I'm just going to talk about some things I've been watching and maybe some ideas that have been coming into my head with videos. First off, I've been really busy the past couple of weeks, couple months really, with work, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to game like I wanted to this summer. But like with that said, when I get home, I'm kind of tired, so sometimes I don't really feel like playing games, and with just being tired, sometimes I don't feel like playing games even when I'm not tired. People go through those stages. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix and just been catching up on some shows I've been meaning to watch. One of those including Venture Brothers. I remember watching this back in 2003 or 2004 when it first came on Adult Swim. It's really cool. Johnny Quest, kind of a spoof cartoon, really funny and comedic, and I just like the humor in the show with the Monarch and Dr. Girlfriend, and it's a really cool show. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. They're like on season 4 or 5 now, and season 1's only available on Netflix, but that's the only season that I've watched so far. That's been convenient for me to watch, because I watch it whenever I want on Netflix. So until they add more episodes, I've been watching that, and it's really funny. I've also been watching a show that I recently found out about is Bob's Burgers on Netflix. It's on Fox, so it's another comedy show on Fox. It's not really similar to Family Guy or Cleveland Show, made in that same animation style, but I think it's really funny and I really like it. What I like about it is that it's not comparable to Family Guy, and to me personally, Family Guy has gotten real stale. I don't even watch any of the new seasons. It's just like, it's all about flashback sequences, and I'm really not into it as much. It's still a funny show, but it's just gotten really stale. And the only characters that are worth watching on that show are the dog, Peter, Brian, and the baby, Stewie. So anyway, Bob's Burgers is a really cool show. It's about this guy who owns a burger shop and runs it with his family, and they just get into this mischief and adventures, and it just shows how how rough it is running a burger joint, and it's really funny. The little daughter, Louise, is probably the best character in the show, and the son's really weird and funny too. So go check out Bob's Burgers on Netflix. I've also been checking out a couple movies from Kevin Smith, because I used to watch his movies back in the day because my friends were fans of his, and I just watched movies based on the recommendations, but I never really sat down and got his movies myself. But some of his movies are available on Netflix now, and also I've been coming in to find out some of his movies because I watched the show Comic Book Man, which I guess he's the director, creator, or whatever of that show as well. So I've been watching Chasing Amy, which is one of his more, I wouldn't say serious films, but it's a little bit more, it's not as, out there and crazy like his Clerks is and Clerks 2 and Mallrats, but it's about this guy who falls in love with this lesbian, and it's a really good movie. I really enjoy it. It's probably the best Kevin Smith movie I've seen, and I haven't seen a whole lot, but he has like 5 main movies that people go on, and this one so far is my favorite because it's got kind of a twist ending. I wouldn't say it's a twist, but it's more of a, I didn't see it coming. I thought it was going to end more traditional, fairy tale ending, but I really recommend Chasing Amy if you haven't seen it. It is on Netflix. Check it out. As well as, what else have I been watching? Oh, speaking of Kevin Smith, I have Clerks 2. I watched that years ago when it came out. I have it on DVD. But I never actually seen Clerks 1. And Clerks 2 is more of, it's more obnoxious and out there, and, there's a lot more easy laughs, I guess you could say, that they go for. But Clerks 1 is really funny, intelligent humor, and it's got a really, it's kind of like a smart style, I guess you would say. It's more for smart fans. It's not dumb humor like Family Guy, put it that way. And I really enjoyed it. It's got some gross humor in there as well, but I think it's a really well done film, especially for being an indie film back in 1993 when it was made. So check that out. Also on Netflix. I'm sure I'm forgetting some things, but I've been checking out some anime as well. There's a lot of good anime on Netflix, including I've been watching Afro Samurai. I've been trying to get into some series that are very short series because I just don't have time to watch 50 episode, 100 plus episode anime anymore. So I try to stick with the 25 episode or less anime. And I've been watching Afro Samurai because it's only 5 episodes. It's a good sword anime featuring Sam Jackson as the little guy who pals around with Afro. But it's about this samurai who's black, and he is basically trying to find the person who killed his father. And he's the number one, I guess, guy, killer, assassin, whatever you want to call him. And Afro is number 2, so he's trying to find the guy who killed his father. And it's a pretty good anime. It's not the best, I would say, but compared to all the other sword anime I've seen, but it's pretty good. As well as the movie I've watched, which is also on Netflix, Afro Samurai Resurrection. Basically, they resurrect Afro's father and try to turn him against Afro and kill him. And Afro's like a hermit at this point. He's kind of done with fighting for the moment because he's number 1 now. But this girl and his old partner, who's now his enemy, basically they whoop his ass in the beginning of the movie, and they claim the title of number 1. And so it's a pretty good movie. Check it out. I've also been watching this right here, Black Lagoon. I've been going on anime lists and checking out some recommended anime, and I've also been talking to my friend who's recommended me some anime. And this one always comes up because I have a certain style of anime that I like. I like sword anime and stuff with lots of action, blood, and gut. That's just how I am. I like that kind of stuff. Stuff, like Kenshin, Samurai X. I like Bebop, Outlaw Star, stuff like that. So this one always comes up as being an action anime, and that's Black Lagoon. And I hadn't seen any episodes whatsoever, because you can't really find it on television. So I'd watched a trailer online, and I decided to go for it. Just, buy it, because it just came out on Blu-ray, I think, a couple months ago. So I went for it, picked it up. It was like $20 on Amazon. This is 24 episodes, and I really like it. It's about this guy who's a simple Japanese businessman, and he's kind of on the lower end, and his bosses always punk him and make him do all the bitch work and all this and that. And basically he's looking for a change, and he gets hijacked by this group of pirates, basically, and they hold him hostage. And basically at the end, when they're gonna turn him over, he actually decides to join up with the pirates, and that's where the story starts. And they're not really pirates; they're more of I wouldn't say bounty hunters. They're kind of they do errands for people. They deliver things, whether it be illegal guns or drugs or not. But that's what they do, and it's kind of got that Bebop style, in which you have the 4 characters who go on misfit adventures, and it's very similar to Bebop, actually, because there's a computer guy who's similar to Ed, I guess you would say, because he's kind of a hacker too. Revi, the girl who's like the ultimate badass. I wouldn't say she's like Faye necessarily to Bebop, but she's the only girl in the group. Well, besides Ed, I forgot about Ed. But you have the leader, Dutch, who's kind of similar to, what's the leader of Bebop? I can't remember his name. But, and then you have Spike, who I guess is the main character. I guess you could say Rock is similar to Spike, I guess. I don't know. They're not really similar in personalities, but there's 4 characters on each show. Anyway, the anime is really good. There's lots of action. Revy is a gun-wielding kind of a badass bitch, and she's really, really well adapted to using her 2 guns. And she like never seems to miss. She's an ultimate badass with a troubled past. And the thing I don't like about the anime really is that they don't go deep enough into the back pasts of the characters. They do with Rock, the main character, and they do with Revy a little bit. You get to see a little bit behind the scenes of what's going on with her and her past a little bit. But as far as Dutch and Benny, the hacker, and the computer guy, you don't really see. I've watched the whole series and they don't talk about their past hardly at all, and that's kind of troubling to me because with Bebop you got into the past of almost all the main characters. So and it helps you connect more with the anime and like it more, and that didn't really have that in this series too often. But there is a couple episodes where they do go into the past, and those are my favorite episodes. There's the group of the bounty hunters, or whatever you want to call them, the errand runners or whatever. They are the Black Lagoon with the 4 characters, and they live in this area, which is like a high crime mafia kind of a territory ran by different crime syndicates, and they often hire these guys to do all the work for them. And one of the crime syndicates is the Russian, I forget the name of the group, but it's a Russian group, and the head of that group is this war veteran girl named Bella Laika, and she's hardcore badass as well. She's probably my second favorite character in this. But if you're getting into the anime and you like action, check this out. It's really good. Memorable arcs in this are, story arcs in this are, the one with the maid. Her and Revy have an awesome battle. The one with the 2 little vampire kids in season 2, that's awesome as well. And the last story arc with the Japanese, basically the Russians and the Japanese, this Japanese Yakuza are feuding, and the guys are in the middle of it. So that's a really good story arc. So check this out. I'm sure you can pick up this Blu-ray box set on Amazon for like $20 or less. So check it out. That's about all I've been watching. What I've been playing is I beat Wario Land 4. That's on my backlog. That's a pretty good Game Boy Advance platforming game. It's more of a style of it's kind of like a maze type of game. I guess you would say Metroid, because there's lots of backtracking, and it's good, but it's not the best because the game frustrated me a little bit, especially with the bosses. Bosses were at times very easy and at times kind of frustratingly difficult. But once you got their pattern down, finally it became pretty simple. So it's a pretty good game. I finished Dead Island. I don't know if I discussed that before. Dead Island Riptide. The game's more the same, fetch quest kind of a thing, same as Dead Island. The visuals are horrible. I mean, at times when you're in game and you're just looking around the environment, it looks really nice. And I'm sure it looks a lot better on PC, of course. But this is the 360 version I'm talking about. It looks really nice, but when you're in the, I guess you could say, cutscenes where the characters are talking, the character profiles are they look horrible. They're ugly. And I swear the characters look cockeyed half the time. And it looks sometimes I think it looks worse than the first one. But like I probably said earlier at a different video, if you can find this for cheap, pick it up because it's still a fun zombie killing game. But don't pay over $30 for it. They did keep a lot of the traditional tropical kind of beach environment, which I wanted them to do in the first one, instead of going into the dark city and it looks like very gray like every other shooter. But I'm glad they kept that. But otherwise, it's a pretty good game. What else have I been playing? I believe that's about it that I've been playing. Oh, Project Cross Zone. I always called it Project X Zone, I don't know why. But I've been getting into it a little bit at a time because the tutorial was kind of long for me, and I was just tired when I was playing, and I didn't feel like reading. It's a big learning curve, but basically you can button mash and kind of get your way through the majority of the beginning. So I'm a couple hours in, I think, maybe 1 or 2 hours in, and the thing I'm really liking besides the combat is just the amount of characters in it, and the way the characters mix up and combine with other characters that you wouldn't normally expect. That's a really cool thing to see. So I'm glad the companies collaborated like that to give us a cool game. Okay, other than that, I think that's about all I've been playing and doing for the past week or so. I've been putting up a couple videos here and there about just random things, like Sega Saturn replacement video, because I'm cleaning up a lot of my systems. I've been doing that as well. Really scrubbing them and stuff like that. I've been playing some games on my iPad because, you know, as everybody knows, you may or may not know, actually, I've gotten an iPad a couple months ago, and I've just been trying to get into some of the games there. Wednesday, they offered a bunch of free games for like the 5th anniversary of the app marketplace, so I downloaded a lot of those games. I put up a video for that as well. I'm not sure if those games are still free, but if they are, go check out that video. I've been playing a lot of board games on my iPad, just because they're free and they're just little fun games to pick up and play here and there when you have a couple minutes. And one of those games is Mancala. It's a very old game. I guess tribes used to play it, but I used to play this back in the day. And it's a really fun game. We have a wood board, and there's I think there's 5 spaces on each side, and then there's 2 spaces on the side. And you have stones, and you try to you move the stones around one at a time in each hole, and basically try to clear your side, and the person with the most stones at the end of the game wins. And it's really fun to play on the iPad. It's really easy because it's touchscreen, and it's just a fun time sink, and I really like playing it. It's a really fun game. iPad's really good for those board games. You can download it. Most of them are free. This is about it for the video, but one more thing at the end. I want to know if you guys are interested in seeing a trade or /sell video for me. I have a couple things I've been wanting to get rid of, and I put it on the forum, on Pete's Gamer Forum, but nobody seemed interested. I don't know if it was because of the price of some of the stuff, which wasn't set in stone, by the way. I have a lot of things, nothing really as far as games go. I have a lot of strategy guides, like, for instance, I have no big ticket items, but I have some, you know, couple things. Kingdom Hearts 2 strategy guide. I have a Knights of the Old Republic strategy guide. A Final Fantasy Anthology strategy guide, kind of in rough shape. I have some PC games that I would want to get rid of because I'm not a PC gamer. This is sealed. I have some N64 games like Zelda, Mario Kart, 007, Killer Instinct Gold. So let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in seeing a trade/sell video. Otherwise, I'll probably just put them up on eBay and try to sell them. And this video went a little bit longer than I intended, but I'm just trying out the Google app, and maybe I'll put up one of these every week, probably a vlog style, because it'll be easier for me to just put up something like that and not have to worry about editing it, because I guess this app just uploads it directly to YouTube after this. And thanks for watching. Subscribe. Like the video, and yeah, all that good stuff. So thanks for watching. I just realized this is probably the first video I've ever done without my hat on, or it's been a couple of years since I've done one of these without my hat on. So as you can tell, I'm getting a little shaggy, but thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.